Did you get in the ring?
I surely did. I used to box as a young kid. My last fight was in 2001 with a tough man competition, and my goal was to fight Butterbean.
Oh
And
my,
so,
are you crazy?
no, yeah, I'm crazy, So I was that was my goal, but unfortunately, I got injured in the second round of the fight, tore my ACL, and then after that, that was retirement for it, and then just started helping kids.
Welcome to United We Podcast, the official podcast of the United Corpus Christi Chamber of Commerce, the only chamber podcast in South Texas. I'm your host, Al Ariola Jr., and we're here to explore the latest business insights, community stories, and opportunities shaping the coastal bend. Whether you're a business owner or just passionate about our region, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Welcome back, Chamber family and friends, to United We Podcast, episode 23. Today we are joined by Joe De La Paz from Night Office Solutions. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, so you've been a proud chamber member. You've been engaged, really engaged. You were Ambassador of the Year last year, so congratulations on that.
Yes, that was an honor. Thank you so much for recognizing me that.
Tell the folks in the audience about all the hard work and perseverance, so to speak. No, honestly, thank you for that. I mean, if the audience is not familiar, our ambassadors are our lead recruitment tool, and you were very helpful in keeping folks engaged in what's going on with the chamber, helping tell our story. And so today we're here to tell a little bit more about your story. And so are you from the area? You were born around?
Born and raised here. Got Corpus Christi running through my blood.
Yeah.
Family of 5 here. So everybody knows me as Coach Joe. I've been in the community doing all amazing things. And joined the chamber back in 2019 when I first started.
Before the pandemic. Oh, man.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was an interesting time for chambers, too, that was certainly a space where we needed to continue to stay connected and figure out what the heck we're going to do, right? It was a really, really interesting time. Tell the folks in the audience where the term coach comes from. So
coach applies in 2 different aspects. One is in business, helping managers learn to be able to run a business and coaching them through that, understanding P&L. Then I started a non-profit in 2018 where we're helping at-risk kids, teaching them to utilize boxing fundamentals to help build discipline, respect, and of course, overcoming challenges and so forth. So taking kids from the community, giving them some hope and change that they can change the future by just taking and applying what they're doing at the boxing ring.
Yeah.
And they can apply it at school or they can apply it at work.
Yeah.
So, Coach Joe got established from there.
Well, that's big in the culture at boxing. And I know growing up, like the whole family would get together to watch a boxing match, and the discipline of it, it's something that our culture definitely kind of embraces.
Yes. And it's an attribute to just the Hispanic heritage because it's considered a poor man's sport. If you really wanted to strive in boxing, you really had to apply those disciplines, and be able to apply the respect and be able to overcome challenges because it's 80-20, 80% mental, 20% physical. Right?
Yeah.
And so teaching kids how to be able to utilize those skills helps them become winners, right? In the ring and out of the ring. And so I would always tell them, crossing the ring, getting into the battle square, you're already a winner, because it takes a lot of courage. Not everybody steps in the ring.
Yeah.
So some kids come in and they've learned to develop themselves mentally, physically, and apply themselves. And of course, it's great to see somebody develop.
Yeah. Well, did you get in the ring?
I surely did. I used to box as a young kid. And then, of course, my last fight, God rest his soul, the Coliseum. My last fight was in 2001 with a tough man competition. And my goal was to fight Butterbean.
Oh are you crazy?
No, yeah, I'm crazy, So I was, that was my goal, but unfortunately, I got injured in the second round of the fight.
Oh no.
And I was on route to win because I knocked the guy down in the first round and got a standing 7 before he got back up, but tore my ACL. And then after that was a retirement for it, and then just started helping kids.
So in the second round, you tore your ACL?
Second round, tore my ACL.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It was a heavyweight bracket and lightweight bracket, right? So it's not like your traditional boxing.
Yeah.
And so lightweight ended at 250, and then 251 and up was heavyweight, no cap.
Oh, God.
So I was at 254.
And that's why you thought you could fight Butterbean.
Yes, because I was weight 254, smallest heavyweight, 5'8", and then the guy I fought was.
So did you think about shaving some weight and going?
No, because if I did know about the way boxing is, and if I would have dropped a few more pounds, I would have been the heavier lightweight, which these fast guys would have just tore me up.
Yeah. Okay.
So being the lighter heavyweight would have been a lot easier. I would have been vice versa.
There was a strategy there.
But unfortunately, weight, velocity, and pressure, applies to physical contact. And he rushed me in the corner. My ACL ripped right there on the spot. And that was the end of it. But it was a great experience.
Well, let me ask you another question. Did you ever get your bell rung pretty hard?
I have been wrong a couple of times, but the way I've always thought is if you can get it in and out fast as possible, then you don't have to really exert your body.
Yeah.
So I was always a first, second round finisher.
Well, now that we're talking about boxing, the art and sport of it, you recently took a run at school board for Toloso Midway politics.
Sure did.
That's a lot like boxing, what do you say?
No, definitely. You got to go in there mentally prepared because, again, you're just going out to the community, getting yourself involved. And it was a gracious run, Never been.
Came close.
Yeah, really close. I went up against a gentleman who had been principal before and teacher.
This is the first time you ever ran for
My
office?
first time.
Man.
Yes. I was just sitting on the sideline and I saw an opportunity. They reached out and said, "Hey, would you consider running?" And I said, "Sure." So I tried to go in and lost by 126 votes, which is, not too bad going up against a veteran, 20 years, but it was a fun experience learning the politics of it, and my core values always aligned with helping out kids. And
for sure.
Kids are part of the TM district, and my kids are as well. I wanted to see what kind of impact I can have on the board, just guiding them in the right direction with my experience.
No, that's great. Well, and I know that a lot of the spirit of your civic engagement is because you're such a great chamber member, and so I'm surely you've found some benefit in being a chamber member, and you've also seen, I guess, the community impact side of things. And I guess how would you say that how could you give us an example of how the chambers helped you in your mission too?
Yeah, no, definitely. So if when I first originally wanted to be a part of the chamber, I just wanted the ribbon cutting, right?
Sure.
I was like, we need to celebrate our organization, and how do you do that? So I reached out, and then they told me about you had to be a member, and I found out the perks and so forth. And the one thing I've always stick with is you can sign up for the chamber and you get that badge of honor, just saying that you're a part of the association.
Yep.
But the biggest contributing part to be successful with it is what you put into it, right? You basically, y'all lay out the foundation of putting up all these events together, but you're the one who has to go out there and go and advocate for yourself, express what your business is for. And then the cool part of it is that everybody gets to feel like they're taking care of one another locally,
Right.
supporting local.
Right. Well, and yeah, you nailed it. It's almost like you got to go to the gym, right?
Yeah.
You got to go get those licks in the gym if you want to get some success.
Correct.
Well, and so are there any other community oriented projects you're working on right now?
So just not only that, but I'm also a part of the Lemonade Day stand.
Yeah, you were a big help last year.
Yes,
Yeah,
and,
thank you.
And it's great because it's entrepreneurship, right? Teaching kids at a young age how to run a business, or at least get the mentality of business acumen. It's a really important. There's a lot of things they don't teach you in school that this brings it to you, that be able to apply those skills and talent to be able to understand what expenses is like, how to save, how to budget, how much profitability you're in. And so it teaches those kids how to be able to save money too, right? And apply it to what they want. So it's really incentivizing to the kids for them to learn this program.
Yeah.
And I've heard some great stories with the parents. They talked about that one guy who opened his own business.
They learn, where
Yeah.
some parents have learned like how to structure their own businesses too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he started his business of landscaping, and the next he's got a few employees, and he said it was all contributing back to the trajectory of that class, just
Yeah.
sitting in there with his son, and it's great because, again, you want people to be successful in this economy, right?
Right. Well,
Keep
and
the money local.
the economy's challenging enough, right? And if you are flying blind in it, that's not a good thing. Now, I'm glad you brought up Lemonade Day because it's coming around the corner. Lemonade Day is officially on June 20th through the 21st. But we're already getting kids registered. A lot of the youth organizations, school districts. Shout out our VP of Economic Development, Hope Barnhill. She's getting them registered. I mean, our goal is to get 1,000. Last year we got 500. We're really proud of that, and our goal this year is 1,000. I think we're quarter of the way there. So y'all look it up. Get registered for Lemonade Day.
It was a great turnout last year, and I think y'all put some high goals to shoot for, and luckily, everything turned out perfect. And you had beat those expectations, and the only thing you can do is continue to grow that. And kids are basically like your referrals. They're telling other kids to come and sign up, so it gives them opportunities for them to raise money for fundraising, for personal gain, or if not, contributing to something, right?
Right.
That's all a part of it.
Right. Let's see. What else, Coach? There is, you are not only Ambassador of the Year last year, but you're our co-chair for ambassadors, the Ambassador Committee this year. And last night we just had our mixer for the first quarter, and it was themed around the tournament that we're doing for March Madness. Did you have fun?
It was amazing.
What'd you think of it? Come on,
It
be
was
honest,
really
be honest.
fun. You know,
Yeah.
the game, getting everybody kind of
That was
to
cool,
build
right? That little-
camaraderie. You know,
yeah.
the beanbag toss or cornhole.
Yeah.
You know, the half court shot.
Yeah.
You know, just being there, just to be able to talk, have fun, and collaborate with one another, and it be more of a relaxing environment of just networking.
Right, yeah.
You know, and then of course just talking about March Madness, seeing the ambassadors, and it's important because the ambassadors are the face and voice when you're not able to be out there, and for us to go and support and be able to recruit new businesses or new ambassadors to help spread the word. I think you are doing a phenomenal job with that program, and I really love it because it is an elite group of people that represent you, and it's best to be able to not only represent themselves with their companies, but making sure the chamber is being spoken upon in the community.
Yeah,
as well.
no, you ambassador important. And then you guys now have your official teal shirts, and
Mm-hmm.
we're really getting out there. And I think to your point earlier about sometimes the first layer of somebody's interest in the chamber is, oh, I need a ribbon cutting, but then they start to come to know that this is an organization beyond the ribbon, and they maximize the value for their own organization, and that's the goal. Is all boats rise with a rising tide, and yeah, we're doing that together. Joe, so is there any shout outs? You want to give tell the folks at home a little bit about what Night Office Solution does?
Oh, yes, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Night Office Solutions been in the industry for over 35 years in technology. We handle managed print services, copier, printer, scanners. We also do managed IT services. We handle business phones, and we have our smart board. And so there's different aspects of what we can help grow with the company, being able to focus on the things they need to be able to look and give that classy presentation, or whether it's just the way the quality of the forms are printed out, or just cybersecurity. Because number one aspect I could tell you is in 2023, the last stats they actually provided for us in South Texas, over $4 million worth of cyber attacks.
Yeah,
And $4
that's
million
big.
is a big number, but to know that out of that 4 million, one company suffered $1 million hit.
Yeah.
And that sets a business back. It sets you back 20 plus days for you to get back on track. Then on top of that, you're looking at your reputation between you and your clients, because if some information was sent out or taken from there, then of course now your reputation being able to protect and take care of your client, you lose that. So everything kind of can give you a huge setback. But I tell people, let's be proactive in it
Right.
versus being reactive, right?
Yeah.
And so, we do those things. So the best part about what we do is our consultant team gives free assessments. So when we go out there, we have programs where we call it make the switch, where we can get you converted over from who your current vendor is to a local entity that's based out of Texas over 35 years. We have a full brick and mortar here in Corpus Christi, covering all of Coastal Bend, and we can get you covered over. So, like my slogan's going to be, "Let night be your night in shining armor." Right?
I've heard it before.
So, those are just things that we take really pride in what we offer to clients, because it is important for them to have those things and the tools necessary and resources to be able to be a good striving business in our economy.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we're proud Night clients, and yeah, the smart board. We use it pretty regularly in our meetings. It's a really functional tool that helps us kind of stay engaged, keep engaged, and put it all on the board, so to speak.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. No, yeah, the smart boards are a nice touch to any business, especially when it comes to sales presentations, talking with the client, just all the fun stuff that the smart board can do. It brings the NFL live, kind of
Yeah, that's a good
circles
point.
next
That's a
to
good
somewhere.
point. Yeah, I feel like John Madden up there. Yeah. Well, you've been involved, like you said, since 2019. What do you think the future looks like?
I love where the chamber's going right now. You continue to bring in your experience, your leadership, and with the group of the staff all contributing to the same success, and everybody's on point. We want to make sure the economy here is being supported properly, represented how it's business. When you do the DC trip, you're going up there fighting for these local companies and being the voice, right, where they can't be sometimes.
Right.
So there's a lot of things I think the community has, and we're doing our beautification. I say that in Corpus, being born and raised, with the modifications we're making in our downtown area to the shoreline, to kind of advocate for people to come out for tourism.
Sure,
So we got to have the supporting businesses here thriving, and then as well on top of that, we got to be able to boost the economy. So it goes hand in hand. So I've seen it since 2019 to now, and I continue to say, if you get that chamber plaque or sticker, it's a badge of honor to be a part of this association that's been striving. You offer different programs in here, and if you go to the website and people want to be really involved, you can go to the website. You can see all the different committees that are available. That if you find out what works for you, you can join and be a part of it and it's a great program.
Right, and I'm glad you touched on that too, because we are the sum of all our parts. We're all talented in a certain space. We all have certain knowledge in certain areas, and so to your point, that this chamber is a community that we have different committees that I hope you will check out and see where you can offer your talent and resources to us too, because together we will be a lot stronger. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that up. Well, I asked about a shout out to Night Office Solutions, but are there any personal shout outs you want to give out?
I just want to say to all the ambassadors, to the chamber, to the local economy, it's a community-based city, and a lot of people don't realize that. It's all about trust and understanding who's where and what they do and what they can offer. And so I would say during my time frame here and the journey we've been on, the relationships we have established with partnering with people it's an awesome opportunity. Y'all set the platform. You set up the events where we can come and attend, whether we want to learn about something that's happening or we just want to be a part of the networking event or collaboration in the different committees. You give us that opportunity, and we just got to go out there and support it. So if people want to make a change in Corpus, the best way to do that is being a part of it, right?
Right.
So if you don't, this is one thing I've been saying to a lot of people, and it's if you don't change it, you're choosing it.
Right.
So if you want to have an impact in the way the city looks or is changing, you can have an impact by just joining and seeing what you can do.
Yeah, no, a mentor of mine. I don't know if she knows that I consider her a mentor, but Carol Scott said the same thing. It's it's not hard to get involved.
No.
It's not.
Click of a button and a phone call.
Yeah,
It's real simple.
It's not very hard. Well, Joe, and I thank you for being involved in this chamber as heavily as you are, and you're certainly a big influence on the success of where we're headed. Just the same. So thank you too. I do want to thank our audience too for joining us, and we will see you again next time.